Hey, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun. Today we're analyzing Shabbos, Perek Beis, Mishnah Daled. Talks about a very interesting case. I don't know how practical this is nowadays. I don't think people really do this, but for some reason you wanted to store extra oil to make sure your candle is lit for a long time. So you don't have enough capacity in the glass that holds the oil uh, to hold enough oil till it should light till for the entire Shabbos. Some people, I've seen this, they put so much oil in these glasses, it lasts till like almost the end of Shabbos, definitely the next morning, till like the end of the Shabbos day meal. It's still burning your Shabbos candle. I think this is way overboard. You gotta put water in there and then some oil, not too much oil in there. But people want to make sure, they want to be machmer, they want to put extra oil in. So they put some oil. There's two cases in the Mishnah. One, they put some oil in an eggshell or a kli of cheres, which drips into the other one, or they put another holder of oil glass, another oil glass filled with oil that has a wick that goes from that glass to the glass that's lit. So the Chum say it's a problem, unless it's kliach, unless they attached it, right? Unless it's one apparatus. Chum say we're worried you're going to take out. This is the way I think the Gemara or the Mefarshim explain. You're going to take out from the other one, from the eggshell or from the other glass that's not being lit, and that's machabe, right? Because you're extinguishing it because you're going to cause eventually the one that's lit to go out quicker. That's machabe. Rita says we're not worried about that. And similarly, in the second case, they have the same machlokas when it's one kli next to another kli, one cup of oil next to another oil, and you have the wick joining the two together. Rita's not worried, and the Chum are worried. Now, it's hard for me to believe that you're over on machabe from taking something from a different kli, from an eggshell or from a second thing. That's if I take from the actual cup of oil, right? And I decrease the amount of oil in that cup. So that's machabe because it's part of the same kli, right? I mean, really, the whole idea is grama over here, right? Machabe means I blow out a candle, right? Machabe means I cause it to go out. By taking out shemen, it's hard for me to understand when you take out shemen, right? It's still going to light for 2 hours instead of lighting for 3 hours. It's going to light for 2 hours now. Is that machabe? It's grama the grama. It's going to happen in a long time. We're talking about, gzeira on an Isha Del Raisa. How is it Isha Del Raisa? It's hard to understand. And certainly when it's a different Kli, right? It's certainly a different Kli. That's Machabe. Hard for me to understand that's Machabe. Therefore, I have a different explanation of the Mishnah. I think the reason Rabbi Yehuda matir is we're not concerned that he's going to take oil from the eggshell or from the other Kli. We're concerned because he's putting so much effort into making sure there's a ton of oil. This candle last for Shabbos. He is going to say, I have so much oil. He's going to even take a lot of oil from the one that's already being lit and cause it to go out almost right away, almost instantly, because he has another one he's a backup oil, apparatus. So that's the reason the Rabbanan are worried. And Rabbi Yehuda says, we're not worried about that. We're not worried about that because we're not worried. If he'll take from the second one. And that's definitely not machabe because even if you want to say, taking from the actual cup of oil is called kibo, even though it's going to go out instead of 3 hours, go out in 2 hours. That's called machabe. In a different kli, that's for sure not called machabe. I think that's grama de grama. I think that for sure everyone agrees that's not called kibo. That's not what we're talking about over here. Yehuda says we're not worried. What will he do if he needs oil? He'll take from the other one, right? And the Gemara and the Mishnah says mutter, right? If you made it one apparatus, then it's mutter. Because even the Chamar Moda in that case, right, you'll see it as one thing. Why should I take from the oil that's being lit? I'll take from the oil that's not being lit. It's one kli, so therefore the Chamar weren't worried in that case, because it's grama de grama. Everyone agrees is mutter. The question is, Machlokes Rabbanan and Rabbi Yehuda, is whether we're worried he's going to take from a lot of oil from the actual cup that has the oil in it that's burning right now, which is a problem with machabe. That's to me, but to take from another cup that's attached to it is hard for me to understand. Well, that's machabe. It's grama the grama. According to no one, that should be an isra machabe. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.